I got some fun new stuff to play with. Let's go ahead and get started. Okay, you guys, my package from the Netherlands has finally arrived, so I have some fun new products to play with, including the Catrice Metaface collection, the Essence Love That Glow and Bronze palette, the new Essence I Love Flawless Skin Foundation, some new Essence lip products there, and a Revolution blush. So let's go ahead and get started putting these new products on my face. So let's go ahead and get started with this Catrice primer that I picked up. This is the Catrice Limited Edition Metaface Color Correcting Glaze Primer in C01 Cyber Aesthetic. And it just says moisturizing on the bottle. So it's very pretty. I love the packaging like this. And then when you pump it out, it comes out blue. It's kind of almost a watery consistency. I like that. You can kind of see it there with the glaze. Okay, let's get this on my face and we'll see what we got. I don't know how much to use for my face, so this right here is 2 pumps, and oh, it has very heavily fragrance. Definitely a watermelon fragrance, not a sweet watermelon fragrance, but oh, super heavily fragranced, and 2 pumps is way too much, but very hydrating. Like, it feels very hydrating. Kind of feels like I'm putting a lotion on. And I have waited probably about 20 minutes between the time that I put on my sunscreen and this, so I shouldn't have an issue with pilling. But that is what my skin looks like with the Catrice Metaface primer here. It looks very glowy, very dewy, very moisturized in my viewfinder in my mirror. So I like that. I'll have to keep testing it to let you guys know. And I'm testing it with a new foundation today, so I will let you know when I test it with foundations that I actually use on a daily. So this is new. This is the Essence I Love Flawless Skin Foundation. And it is long wearing, SPF 20, and matte and full coverage. They did have quite a few shades of this. I did get the lightest shade, which will probably match me in the winter time, but we're going into fall right now, so this might be a little light, but I do have a bronzer to help with that. So this is the shade there. It looks a little light. I can definitely bronze that up though to make it match, and that'll be a perfect winter shade for me. So let's go ahead and see what we got with this. I'm just gonna start with what I pumped out on the back of my hand and see how it blends. Definitely light, but that's okay. This is, like I said, this will be a perfect winter shade. It actually sits very nicely on the skin there. It kind of has a skin-like finish. That's interesting. For a matte full coverage, you wouldn't think it would have a skin-like finish. This, no joke, looks like skin. Okay, let me get closer to you guys. So this is what it looks like up close. Now I do have oily skin, and so matte and full coverage is definitely something that I am into. But I will say over this Catrice primer, it actually doesn't feel like dry, like matte. It kind of gives it almost a dewy, as you guys can see, dewy look to it. Oh, I like that. Okay. So I did not use, I think I used about 1 pump, and I would say this is probably medium-ish coverage. This is not full coverage. You could probably build this up, but that's not my typical thing that I like to do, so I'm gonna leave it here. And just know it's a little light, but like I said, once I lose my tan from the summer, this will match me perfectly, sadly enough. Okay, I did not get a new concealer, so let me go ahead and just throw on my LYS and I will be right back. I don't know if it's oxidizing, but it kind of looks like it's starting to match me. Maybe the color in my camera is just changing. But before I powder my face, I did get this Grease Revolution Rizzo blush, and it is a cream blush here. And I wanted to put this on before I powdered my face, so I'm just gonna go in with this. This is a newer collection, but I won't say it's new. Just gonna use my sponge to tap it out. Okay, that went on really nicely over this foundation. It didn't seem to lift it up at all, so that is a good thing. Now I'm just gonna go ahead and powder my face real quick, which will take down just a little bit of the blush color, but that doesn't bother me. That's why I put it on a little heavy to start with. Okay, and this is what the foundation is looking like powdered. I did use a more yellow banana powder, the W7 Banana Dreams powder, to set my face just to bring up the color a little bit more, and I think that actually matches me really, really well. Now that I've used the banana powder with it, and the blush you can still see underneath of it. That's beautiful. Let's move on to the new Essence Love That Glow and Bronze palette. And this is what the inside looks like. It looks like we have a matte bronzer there, a shimmery bronzer, and then a highlighter. That is the palette swatched out. So let's see here. I'm going to kind of mix these two together for my bronzer. So that's what we got going on there. Okay, so we've got the bronzed up side and then the knots. Almost looks like it's like catching right there. I am going to take my powder brush and try to like blend this out. That might just be the shimmer that I put in it, but that is a very shimmery bronzer color there. Kind of looks a little weird up here at the top. I do think that's probably because I mixed in the shimmer shade, but we're just going to keep on pressing on with this one. And let me go ahead and do the highlighter. I'm going to go in on my mini fan brush. And that, my dears, is a typical Essence highlighter. That is gorgeous. Definitely like the highlighter in this palette. These two, I'm gonna have to get back to you guys on. But that is the Essence Love That Glow and Bronze palette here. Moving on to the eyes, this is the Catrice Metaface palette. And this is what the inside looks like. Definitely a different color story for Catrice, but I'm really excited to play with these colors. Let's go ahead and go into this purple first and put it on the outer corner. This is definitely a shimmer heavy palette. We have 1, 2, 3 mattes in this, and then this white right here is actually a gloss. I don't like that. But I do like that purple. Next, I'm gonna go in with this teal shade here. And that shade is really powdery, but let's see what we got. I like that look. If I was going for just a 2 shadow look, I would probably just wear this, but I am testing out this palette, so next I'm gonna go into this pink shade here and just fluff it into the crease. Okay, you guys, I have to use the shimmers in this because, I mean, look at this packaging. I don't think you could not use the shimmers in packaging that looks like this, but I really like the way this eye look looks right now. It was quick, it was easy, it was colorful. I like this eye look. But I'm going to go into the shimmers now. And I'm going to start with this one right here. Okay, even though I had to work to get that shade the way it is, I actually think that's really pretty, just slightly patchy. You do have to go over it a few times. Okay, next I think I'm going to go into this shade right here. And while you guys can't really see it, it's like almost a duochrome. That's new for Catrice. And I'm gonna take this on my finger. Just place it right beside that purple. That's a really pretty shade. I'm liking this palette a lot. I'm gonna go into this pink right here, and I'm gonna tap it just over the bottom half of that teal. I really like that teal and I don't wanna cover it up, but at the same time, I'm trying to test the palette. Just playing around. Just taking a fluffy brush here with a little bit more of this pink shade here, just a little bit on it and just fluffing it again in the crease. Dang, okay. I am going to take that first brush right here and just run this purple along the lower lash line. Then I'm going to take a little teeny tiny brush and this shade here and just run it on my lower inner corner. You guys, these are Catrice shadows. Okay, Catrice has never had my favorite eyeshadow formula, but I am so excited with this palette. Oh my gosh. Yes. Okay, let me do my mascara and my eyeliner off camera and I will be right back and we can try out the new lip products. All right, you guys, I lined my upper and lower waterline with my Urban Decay 24/7 Glide On Eye Pencil in the shade 0. I used my Lottie London Vampire Diaries Love Sucks Super Fake False Lash Effect Mascara. And I did go ahead and spray my face with my NYX Dewy Finish Satin Setting Spray. So let's move on to the lips. And I picked up 2 new lip products, and these are the Essence Tinted Kiss Hydrating Lip Tint. And I got the shade 02 Marvelous and 04 Chilly and Chill. And this is Marvelous and this is Chilly and Chill here. And let's see here, it says a hydrating lip tint with a creamy texture and a natural finish, and it stains the skin. So let's see here. Let's just go ahead and slap it on. I'll regret this later, not putting on a lip liner, but for now, I'm just gonna slap it on. And I'm using the shade 02 Marvelous, which is more pink. You guys, this feels like water on the lips. It is drying down, but like putting it on, it feels like I'm like taking a drink of water, or it's just like water on the lips. So that's an interesting texture. I like the color and I like the way it looks with this eye look. Oh, I think I got some wins here. Let's zoom out and we can discuss. All right, you guys, this is the final look with these products. I have to say, I don't think I dislike any of them. I think the closest would be probably the primer, but that's only because of the smell. I liked the way that this foundation went over this primer. So I will keep testing this out with my other foundations and see how well I like this, but this smell might be a little bit too much for me. This foundation, oh my goodness, does it look good on my skin? Like, hold on. It really looks good on my skin, and I don't know if it's the primer underneath of it or if it's the satin setting spray or the powder. I do know it's a shade light for me right now, but as you can see, I made this work, and honestly, this might be a little bit too dark for me come winter time, and this is the lightest shade that they offer, but you guys, this might replace my Relove Super Matte that I love. It looks like skin. It's just pretty. My go-to when I can't think of the right words is it's just pretty. This Essence Glow and Bronze palette, I don't know if I like the way this looks, and it could be because I mixed these two. I'm gonna try this one on its own and see if I like it that way. I do love this highlighter. Like, Essence does highlighters really, really well, and this is no exception. But these two right here might need to be tried separately instead of swirling them together, because I just don't like the way my bronzer looks today, which is really weird for me. This blush here, I do actually really, really like. I did not put another blush on top of it. I do not believe in putting on 2 blushes. I'm either gonna put on a cream blush and it's gonna be pigmented enough that I don't have to put on another blush, or I'm gonna just wear a powder blush. But I do like this, and underneath my powder, you can still see the blush, which I really do appreciate, and I like the color of it. I'm not so sure about the Rizzo. It seems more like sandy. Anybody else? What else do we got? Oh my gosh, the eyeshadow palette. Okay, I have tried Catrice eyeshadow palettes before, and you guys, I can honestly say I'm not the hugest fan of their formula. Now, I actually do have another palette of Catrice's to try that came in my Netherland box. I wanted to use this one for today because I've been loving my color. And man, oh man, this eye look, I'm in love with. Like, this is really, really pretty, and this is really good quality compared to what I have, like the Catrice shadows that I normally use. So I have to say, this one is a win for me personally. I really, I like it. I think it's a great palette. I think the color box is a little bit out there for Catrice, which I appreciate, especially being a person who enjoys neutral and color. I like to have a brand that does both of those things, and now that Catrice has this palette, even though it's limited edition, I do appreciate the colorful looks. And they did it very well. So Catrice, you need to do more colorful eyeshadow palettes. These lip products here, I did swatch them on my hand here, and they do say they stained. I have a paper towel here, let's see. And that is what they stain down to. After scrubbing my hand with a paper towel, that is the stain that is left. This one definitely turns more peachy, and that one's definitely more of a brighter pink. This right here is at full opacity, and this is what the stain will be after it wears off. I like these. It's a little bit of a different formula, like putting water on your, it's just weird. Like, texturally wise, I don't know if I'll be able to get over these. We'll see. But that is it, you guys. That is some of my new makeup products that I got from the Netherlands. What do you guys think of these? Let me know in the comments down below. And if you're looking for a more neutral leaning eyeshadow look, go ahead and check out this video right here. And you guys, I'll see you in the next one. Bye.